Hello everyone, I am Cole Young and welcome to another episode of Sports Corner with Cole. Another week down and more headlines continue to emerge. Even in the time of year where other sports should be at the forefront of conversation, the NFL still finds a way to be the source of the biggest stories. And it doesn't get much bigger than Tom Brady. The greatest quarterback of all time announced he is unretiring and will return to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brady was only retired for just about 40 days before deciding to make his comeback. Considering he'll be 45 years old by the time the season starts, it feels absurd to say that Brady was in fact leaving a lot on the table by hanging up his cleats. Brady led the league in passing yards last season and threw for over 40 touchdowns, and truthfully, he should have won the MVP award. The 7-time Super Bowl champion and 3-time MVP is coming back for another run, and if he can play at the same level he has the past few years, we may see the Bucs in another Super Bowl. His announcement came right at the start of the free agency period. While he is returning to the same team, several other big names are going to be playing in different jerseys this year. Former Bears edge rusher Khalil Mack signed with the Chargers, as well as defensive back J.C. Jackson. The Jaguars cashed in on day one of free agency, signing players like Christian Kirk, Evan Ingram, Zay Jones, and more. Former first-round quarterback Mitch Trubisky will be a Steeler. Amari Cooper is joining the Browns, while Jarvis Landry is departing Cleveland, and now Baker Mayfield has requested a trade. Allen Robinson signed with the Rams, Randy Gregory's going to Denver, Von Miller to Buffalo, Chandler Jones to the Raiders, and after a blockbuster trade, Devontae Adams is also heading to the Raiders, and so much more. Free agency has just started, and there are still some very big names in the market for new teams, so I will be keeping you updated on those. Basketball tends to dominate the month of March, and that is no different this year. The March Madness tournament kicked off on Thursday the 17th, and we got spoiled with a big upset in one of the first games of the tournament. Number 11 Michigan took down number 6 Colorado State Thursday morning, 75-63, even after Michigan was down by as much as 15 throughout the first half. Although this was the first upset, later in the afternoon we got the biggest one yet. Take a look at a few more of these scores from the opening day of the tournament. March Madness is off and running. I look forward to more thrilling finishes and hopefully a few big upsets. Hopefully all your brackets are surviving. I know mine are. For fans of racing, or, like myself, fans of the popular Netflix show Drive to Survive, the Formula One season kicks off this weekend. The Bahrain Grand Prix will take place this Sunday at 8 a.m., and it's shaping up to be an exciting start to the season. Last season ended with a bit of controversy, with Red Bull driver and new world champion Max Verstappen taking down 7-time world champion Lewis Hamilton from Mercedes in the final race of the year. Verstappen is currently the favorite to win, but Hamilton took first last year in Bahrain, so it will be exciting to see how this race plays out. As I mentioned in previous episodes, the MLB is back and spring training has begun. Players are also joining new teams, just like the NFL. Former Atlanta Brave Freddie Freeman just signed a massive deal with the Dodgers for 6 years and $162 million. Teams are now getting their star players ready for another season, but for the San Diego Padres, they will be without their star player, Fernando Tatis Jr., for at least a few months. The all-star shortstop has a fractured wrist that will require surgery. This is a major loss for a solid team that can be very strong with all their players healthy. Tatis signed a massive 14-year, $330 million contract last year with the Padres, but he earned his money by racking up 42 home runs in the season. The weather will be beautiful this weekend, and there are some local games to check out. The Orange County Soccer Club, a Division II professional soccer team, will play against Rio Valley Grande at the Great Park of Irvine this Saturday at 7 p.m. UCI Baseball has another home stretch of games this weekend, all against UC Davis. But if you're anything like me, you will be most likely glued to the TV watching college basketball. As always, thank you again for joining me on this week's edition of Sports Corner with Cole. Happy belated St. Patrick's Day, and I will see you right back here next week. I'm Cole Young. Have a great weekend.